the like goal. We're at 64,000 likes right now on TikTok, so we're chilling. That's why it's been up this whole time because I broke 50K after like a half hour earlier, and we just been on. But here, so we're getting after it. We got this all fired up. Looks like that's going good. Why is my screen crazy? I don't want a highlighter.
It's gonna be our most watched episode.
It might be. I mean, anything's possible. But I can't
Mary
get
pop
back.
into the chat.
Add Mary pop into the chat. What?
That's what she does. Mary just pops in and pops back out.
There we go. Oh, it's a good thing I look because Fantasy Grounds isn't coming up and our cameras are all jacked over there. So this is the right one. Yep. I just have to do perfect. Okay, now it's all straight up over there too. Welcome back to another exciting adventure inside the Pathfinder world of Allau, the Forgotten Realm that our previous Dungeons and Dragons players find themselves in their Pathfinder type avatars. We have Megan playing Elvin, our nice little scout type ranger human lady who has her good little attitude and a nice little trash panda that is the size of a large dog that she hangs out with quite a bit, named Osmir. We have Tim. Tim is playing Eldrick. He is a city guard from a royal family, or at least a higher up family, who was kicked off the force essentially to pursue other means and found himself with a couple of stragglers, one being another high up citizen alchemist from the court of the queen. They traveled to the Feywild, and from the Feywild, down a deep, dark pit fell the alchemist, and unbeknownst to our friends, he was replaced by one Selwyn with his strange awoken fox veil. Oh, it's me! Who sounds just like that. But they've traveled through the Feywild, and they've been breaking some corrupted stones that were holding back the magic and memories of the world, and they are currently working their way onto this next stone that is here in the Sunken Temple, the Sand and Stone Temple of the Coast. We are at the 8th level of the Sun Temple, dead ass in the center of some battling. And they are fighting a large, well, not even large, but a decent sized kind of scary creature made half of darkness and shadow originally. Now it is completely, light and shadow originally is now completely on fire and only a light creature. We are at the top of the round, and it is Elwyn's a go.
I think I was going to use the thing that I got from the last room.
Tell me more about
Scroll?
The scroll? Daylight scroll?
Well, I can't really remember what it was. Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention. Thanks, Shane. Glad you could. Thanks for coming.
So what do you want me to do? I don't know what it is.
The scroll or the orb?
The orb.
I don't have the orb, I have the scroll.
Okay, and what are you wanting to do with it? Help me understand what your plan is.
Use it.
I hear you. I hear you.
No.
I want to use it. Okay.
I read magic, so if there's a spell written on it, I would just read
no spell written on
the
it.
spell.
It is an orb. It looks kind of like
Not
the
an
moon.
orb, it's a scroll.
Oh, you're talking the scroll. Sorry.
It is not an orb, it's a scroll.
There was a scroll and an orb, though.
I have the orb.
Okay.
Yes, Shane has the orb.
So yes, there is words written on it.
I have the scroll.
My bad. So there we go. You can unroll it, read magic. It is a divine spell, summoning forth the power of the sun. It will cast essentially daylight type spell in a 30-foot area, as a basically like moonbeam except for daylight.
In daylight right now, we don't want to use that. turned light when we all stepped on the dark side.
Yeah, it's making me laugh a little
Right.
on the inside when you're like, we're gonna choose the side with the moon and use the light magic. I'm here for it. I
They
just
cancel each other out.
okay.
Yeah,
We
I
were
was gonna
supposed
say,
to remember. We were supposed to remember the whatever when we blah 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 at night. We're supposed to remember the sun or some bullshit. You're the one that posted the silly riddle.
I know.
No, we were gone to the sun side instead of the moon side. Remember the sun.
Would you like to repost the riddle?
No.
See if we have a different.
Really?
Okay, then I'll just pretend it doesn't exist, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to solve your puzzle that I can't remember.
You guys would ask for stuff that I wrote down months ago. Hang on. Let me find it. Doesn't mean I want to, but I gotta just look it up. I got it here somewhere.
Yes, I'll kind of try to continue the story.
Oh my gosh! Stop your talking back. Stop your talking back.
Right. I mean, I don't see Solon rushing to try to use the orb, so I gotta figure something out.
You are first, but that's.
Oh, I talk shit when he takes his headphones off.
Let's see. There's 8. What was that? Level 6? You guys had that rid of? No, that's to pull the chains.
7.
Well, what the heck?
Wasn't
guys?
it just in the room that we just came from?
Yeah, but I'm looking through. I didn't have it written in fancy. I was written on a note somewhere. I'm finding a totally different one. This one. Love that for us.
Well,
Okay,
if we
well,
don't remember
you know
that,
what?
when she
Since you
pulls out the
poo-pooed my
spell,
idea,
I tell her not
I'm
to.
just gonna do what I'm doing.
Everyone's talking, but that's fine.
I said, since you poo-pooed my idea and you can't find your stupid riddle, I'm just gonna do something else.
Perfect.
Shut up. You're
What?
taking away my player agency, Dane.
No, I'm not. use the scroll, please, for the love of Christ. Use the scroll. It's totally fine. I don't care. It's a scroll of daylight. I told you what it was.
Okay, I'm going to cast Mad Monkeys.
No, not Mad Monkeys. Anything but Mad Monkeys. You're gonna make Shane all crazy.
You asked for it.
He's a monkey.
Okay, so I summon a swarm of screeching, mischievous monkeys. The swarm understands and obeys my commands and has the statistics of a monkey swarm.
Son of.
Creatures failing a saving throw against mad monkeys, distraction attack, are deafened for 1 minute as well as nauseated. This takes a round to cast, so you've got some time. I'll look up the swarm stats.
I got it right here.
Dead in the meantime.
I got
Oh, huh.
Sure.
Being
Love it.
gripped
There you go.
by a demon and you're summoning monkeys.
Listen, that's helpful because it's big. Like literally, raging primates appear
says-
from the nethers. You know, splits a hole in the Feywild world and into the nether and just grabs 12 monkeys real quick. And they're mad monkeys to boot. So I don't know. I feel good about it. See, player agency. Who needs that?
Does
That's way better.
haha.
It's way better than what I had. All right, so that's your turn.
It takes a round for them to show up, so yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's your turn. You cast-
Osmir.
Yep.
Osmir's gonna roll up right there. And go ahead and let's see, Guardian's Bond, he's within 30 feet, so he gets a +2 to dodge. He does not have Acid Maw right now. Couldn't possibly have Acid Maw, right? I mean, that's got to be from something else.
He doesn't have Acid Maw right now, unless it was from way earlier.
Right, I don't think I cast it last time. Actually... No, I don't think I did. Okay. I took it off. I don't think I cast it. I only have 2 spells cast, but... It says that I've cast it since our last long rest, and I don't remember when else I would have cast it.
Well, we battled the
We only battled those guys for like 3 seconds, and then she offered them up some water, and then we escaped.
Yeah, I definitely didn't cast Acid Maw then.
Yeah, because she was too worried about not fighting because we teleported across the lake, and she strolled on across and summoned those water elementals, and it was like, no, I'm sorry.
Violence isn't always the answer.
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking that maybe I did cast Acid Maw on him.
For what?
I don't think you did. You didn't cast it on him for any reason, because you were like, no, we don't. You were straight up, I don't want to fight the entire time.
She has been a lot of that. She's very.
I know. I think Acid
teleported.
Maw was real.
I don't know if you cast it or not. I don't know if you have. I don't think you had, because I don't think you used it.
It says my gravity bow has a duration of 57, so...
Not your grabby bow.
Seems like... not... So gravity bow says duration 57, which means that it would have gone for 3 rounds by now. We do 3 rounds of combat last time. The combat tracker is at 13.
Yeah, I don't know.
I really wish that I knew better.
Thank you, Reaper.
Well, I guess I'll take them both off. I don't... 57, that just seems... There's no way. I had to have cast it for this. 3 rounds of combat? That's right?
I think you probably cast it for this battle. You didn't cast it for the previous battle.
If you would have cast it for this
That's
battle,
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It says 57.
This is the second round we're on. Third tops.
Okay, well then I'll delete it. I mean, I'm the start of the round, so 57 would be right. This would be the 3rd round.
Yeah, this because we're in the 3rd round. Yeah.
Yeah, the 3rd round
Okay,
of this.
well, I'm gonna reapply it then, because that sounds like I'm
You
right.
must have done it.
Oh wait. No, I didn't. The duration is 7 minutes. If it had 57 rounds left, that's not
That's
right.
less than
It's
7
been
minutes, yeah.
gone.
All right. So Osmir chills
Okay.
or he attacks.
Well, that's figured out. I'm sorry. Osmir's getting ready to attack. That's why I moved him. I was just making sure, like, his effects were weird. That's what got me on that. I'm sorry. He has flanking with Selwyn. Wait, how does...
Well, does that count? Because
He moved 5... He's going to go 1, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he moved 30 feet, so he can use a bounding strike.
Okay.
So that says... So that's a 3d6 plus 5 if he hits. Which I'm going to roll in here and not in Fantasy Grounds. I forgot. Ooh, 13 doesn't hit. But he has advantage. No, what does flanking give me?
+2.
+2? 6, so 15?
Yeah.
Does 15 hit? It does?
No, I was saying yeah, something else. 15 does not hit. It hits, but doesn't do any damage. Like doesn't beat his armor class. It'll strike him.
That was a dumb way to say that. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. Armor class basically armor class is dumb because it's like you hit him or not. Like it's
Sure.
like, you don't always win.
Yeah.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Right. That's our turns then.
Okay, we made it.
Sorry that took forever. I The spells were wild.
What Wisp is going to do is standard issue normal attack stuff here with his dagger and his horns. So he swoops in there and rolls an 8 and a 3 total, and that's Wisp's turn. Veil, oh my! And he goes over here and climbs up Eldric's back and opens the lid to the trunk on your back and slips inside. I think I left something down here. He goes down there real quick. That's 20 movement. And he moves back out with his last 10 movement and gets behind Wisp. He has like a strange looking stick in his mouth. And he is going to aim the stick sideways with his lip, and his lips kind of like curl like a dog growling around this stick, which seems to be vibrating. And then a concussive sound emanates from it in a cone right in front of Wisp into the unidentified strange creature. Well, unidentified strange creature, you know what I mean. He's going to roll a fortitude save against it and do only okay, but not okay enough.
Where did Wisp get it? A sonic bomb.
The creature does take some damage, not all, but some of the damage, and that will be Veil. And Primate Monkey Swarm shows up next round. Creature already has Selwyn grab, so he's going to use his double slams to slam him in the ground while he's holding him.
This is going to hurt.
Both hit. First one.
Oh, God.
Second one.
Oh, Jesus.
And on your turn, roll a fortitude save.
Oh, God. I don't know if I can.
I'm sorry, Shane. I'm not laughing at you.
Oh, yeah, you are.
I'm not laughing at you.
I got a 21.
That's pretty good. 21's pretty good. Could definitely have been worse.
Could have been worse, yes.
You only take 1 point of bleed damage.
Oh, yay. That's
from
cool.
your blood boiling. And then it's your turn. You're grappled. Hello.
What can I do while grappled? Shit. Can I cast? Because I see Veil run inside, and I'm thinking that he's just gonna try to run away and hide like he does. So I was gonna use this spell on him, but then after I saw him run in and try to hide and come back out, even though he used, I don't know what the hell this concussive blast he used. I look over at the little raccoon, little trash panda, and I'm gonna cast.
Who are you calling? Who are you calling Lil?
I'm gonna cast Greater Magic Fang on on the trash panda, and I'm gonna say, hey. I'm gonna say, hey, since this guy can't help me, can you do something, please?
Okay.
And since I'm
Osmir
grappled,
looks at you and goes,
can I? I can't move while grappled, right?
Yeah, you can't move. You'd have to break the grapple.
And what kind of save is that?
It's a strength check, or it's a combat maneuver defense. Or combat maneuver. To break a grapple would be your combat maneuver against his defense, probably, I would say.
So my CMD?
Well, you don't roll your CMD, though. It's your... You would roll your combat maneuver to get out of it, and it'd be against his CMD at this point. That might be wrong, but... That might be wrong.
Where do I find that roll, even?
What's your base attack bonus? Or, what's your CMB?
My CMD is 20.
CMB is +8. It's on the front page, underneath initiative, melee, range, and right there, CMB.
Yeah, CMD.
Look to the left of that.
Oh, CMB +8.
Yeah, just roll that. Click that box twice. Okay, you did not beat his. You're still grappled. That's your turn.
Yep. But I did cast that greater magic. Did he get that? The greater magic thing.
It makes him a greater magic face. Somehow, what's that do?
Greater magic thing. I can tell you what it does. It does. This spell functions like Magic Fang, except that the enhancement bonus on attack and damage rolls is +1 per forecaster level. This bonus does not allow a natural weapon or unarmed strike to bypass damage. Yeah.
So we're gonna have to just remember that.
Okay, he already does that.
It's basically like Magic Fang, but it adds +1.
Damage.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's just an added buff.
Okay. Megan, you got it?
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm talking about. Alright, cool. So then after Niet, we have Mr. Erdrick. What do you got, Tim?
Oh, I'm gonna try to attempt to overrun this thing, whatever it is.
Try to attempt that. You're confident. I mean, I feel like that. Do you have to have much movement to overrun?
No, I don't think so.
+19.
Do you ignore difficult terrain? Because that step there would be considered difficult terrain by standing there.
I mean, I don't think it ignores it, but I mean, I've got like 50 movement, so.
Yeah. I just don't know. Does your trample need to be? Does it have to be on level surface? Where's it?
Improved overrun. The attempt to overrun opponent. Don't say anything about difficult terrain, really. Unless the base overrun.
Really wish I wouldn't have used that dimension door.
Yeah. You still have to step through it. You can't move.
Oh. Just cast it out myself. It just. Poof.
Just cast it on
Like
something.
Nightcrawler? Like Nightcrawler? Wouldn't that be awesome?
That'd be better. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking, Tim?
I tried to overrun.
Oh yeah. What'd you roll for your 23? Sorry, I'm looking. His is. I just saw it. There it is. That is so close. Just so close, buddy. Not quite.
Is that an awesome?
He did not overrun, so you'd be stuck right there.
Yeah, stuck right there. Okay, cool. Alright, now I'm gonna take my attacks then.
Okay.
I'm gonna smash him with a hammer a couple times.
You
here.
were super close, though. I mean, it was within.
I mean, I just need to roll something probably higher than a 5, right?
Yeah, I mean, you rolled a 4, so
Yeah.
like that's. I mean, that's basically the only way you could have failed was what you rolled. That and below.
Yeah.
So,
Alright. We'll take my first swing at him with my full. Oh. It's not an automatic miss. Does an 18 hit him?
No, it doesn't. But it doesn't get through his armor class. Is how I'm gonna phrase that one. That's funny as shit. It's like back to
An
back,
18
bro.
doesn't get through his armor class. Wow.
He tries to overrun, gets knocked back.
And tries to swing, strips over his shoelace.
I'll try this again. Oh, wow. 15's gonna miss.
Once you leave fantasy grounds and come back, maybe we'll trick it.
guess.
Because it don't like you today, my boy. Oh, I got this. All right. So I guess that's it, yeah?
Well, yeah, I think that's all. Actually, wait right now. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll flash my amulet at Selwyn.
What's that look like? Or explain the scenario a little bit. How you get his attention, what you do exactly, what's going on.
You know that game you played where you like hold like the OK hand symbol under like down low, and if they look, then you get to punch them. I'm basically gonna do the same thing. It's like nod to Salem, like, hey Salem, look down here, and I'll hold out the amulet.
Yeah. Okay. So you make him a little uncomfortable, and then heal him up for up to half. So half of his life, which is not worth very much, 73, so 35, 36. So you're... There you go, buddy. Good job. That actually helped quite a bit, considering he was almost dead.
Was that death door?
Yep. Nicely done. I'd say that's a pretty free action as well. So now we are actually at the tizzy top for Madame Elwan.
Found it. I was looking to see what kind of save it had to make because it just says a save. So I was trying to edit my thing to make it a. My class Okay. Sorry, I was working on this. So here's another question I have. It's a 10-foot space, so is that gonna get Selwyn too? I mean, he's gonna be stuck inside that mad monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Because those mad monkeys are gonna go.
Or you can move Osmir.
Your monkey's gonna hurt me.
Yeah, Osmir's. I mean, I already cast it. It's done. I'm so sorry.
You're raped by some monkeys.
I'm really sorry.
So I think it's exposed to my back.
The monkeys.
I have scars.
Yeah, the monkeys are gonna go basically right over those two spaces over there.
They're gonna go bananas.
Bananas.
You gotta spell it, huh?
Failure. Let's go. He's deafened for 1 minute and nauseated for a round.
Roll your save to roll Shane's?
Oh, you want me to just drop it on him?
Yeah.
It's a fortitude save.
Okay. Yeah, just drop it on me then. Unless you want me to drop my fortitude.
Oh, here. I'll drop it on you. Sometimes it's nice to be able to roll your own. So I don't like to do that unless people want me to.
You do. Yay, success.
Cool. You're good then.
Yep.
So oh boy is deafened and he's also wait, where did it go?
And nauseated.
Yeah, he's distracted.
He's deafened,
So-
nauseated.
Is it a charm?
No, it's a distraction. He's got fucking screaming monkeys in his face.
Yeah, no, yeah, so okay, it's not like it's like he's just got a bunch going on, so it's not like he just can't hear.
Yeah, it's a fortitude save, not
he
not
can't
a-
hear over it, and he can't.
yeah, that's all that is.
I'm just making the nauseated though. He cannot become, so that is not a thing for him. He's got immunity to
He
that.
can't become nauseated.
Correct. He's a construct.
I'm gonna take that off.
Yep.
I'm going to attempt to disarm him
He
by
isn't carrying any
by-
weapons.
Except for me.
no, but he is carrying a person.
You're gonna try to knock Shane out of his arms? Or
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Selwyn out of his arms?
Nice.
Yeah.
Good idea.
So it's a CMB.
Yeah, so it's yours. It'd be your CMD versus his CMD.
No, it's my caster level plus my caster level. So it's 7 plus my ability score bonus, which would be
Because you're using the monkeys. Is that what you mean? And it's part of the spell?
yeah. The spell it says the monkeys attempt one disarm or steal combat maneuver each turn as a free action against any creature that begins its turn in the swarm. Using your caster level plus your casting ability score bonus for its CMB.
See,
That kind of
monkey's trying
sucks.
to knock me
Though.
out of his arms.
They just start beating you with monkey fists.
Yeah.
Like, get him out of there! Whoa, ooh, ooh, ooh. Like, it's just like hitting him, trying to get him free.
Oh, it's 11. My CMB is 11, so I have to roll. Ha.
That's 11.
16.
That's not enough. It's not enough. But it was a worthy try. And there's some mad monkeys all over you guys, so that's good too. I like that.
Just being held, burnt, swarmed by monkeys.
And yeah, I think that Osmir is also going to. He's gonna. Can he attack what's in there without getting affected by the monkeys? How are we ruling that? If he's on the edge of the monkeys.
I mean, you've ordered them to do a thing, so yeah, it's a swarm of monkeys, but they're not flailing around.
You
the edges
have
and
control
stumbling.
over them.
Like you controlling the swarm, so
Okay.
I think you can.
Okay.
Maybe
Osmir...
minus 2 to hit, just because they're in the way, and they're jumping all over the place and hooting and hollering.
For a melee?
Yeah, they're in because they're basically on top of them, all over hooting and hollering and jumping around. So like to not hit one of them on accident and swinging at him, I'd say minus 2. I think that makes sense.
Whatever. So he gets a +1, so he's at -1, so he's at a +8. Hey, can you see this? Do you need me to hold it up a little bit closer?
4. I see a 9.
Nope, that's a little symbol that stands for a nat 20, baby.
Flip it over. I'm pretty sure that's a 1.
That's a nat 20. Yeah.
Up, down.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
I can't tell. It looks like an N.
It's so hard to tell.
With a lightning bolt, so I don't know that counts. It doesn't say 20.
It's a dragon.
It doesn't say.
A dragon. Yeah, well, it's a nat 20. So, I gotta confirm it.
Right,
How do I
let it
confirm?
slide.
6.
Yeah.
What do I add for? How do I
+8.
confirm it?
So 6 plus 8, so 14. So it is not confirmed, but it did hit.
Fuck Pathfinder. Put
I
something in
got
your jar.
yeah, I got it.
So 3. Oh wait, he's not. So 2d6 plus 6 because of the +1 for damage.
And don't forget about the magic. Yeah, it's +1 for damage. Yeah.
So it's just a +1, right? Because
it gets plus another for every 4 levels. It gets another cast level.
Yeah, but we're only level 7.
Yeah, so she get. Oh, okay. Yeah.
+1. Yeah.
So at level 8, it'll get +2.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. 5 plus 6 is 11.
11 points of what kind of damage?
Slashing, magic, silver, cold iron.
None of those work.
Hey,
I'm just kidding. I took.
why don't you have another jar for the big fuck you?
Oh my god, Megan, I got one right here. I'll put it in the jar. Chill out. Chill out. All right, Osmir.
That was Osmir.
That was Osmir. Wisp.
Oh, I didn't take my turn.
Well, you don't need it, do you?
I didn't take my turn. It felt like I took my turn because of the mad monkeys, but
That's true.
that wasn't a turn.
It
That was
doesn't
just
take
the
a turn
monkeys.
to command them at all? Do they just do what you say, like a free action?
No.
Nice. Stupid mad monkeys.
Oh, mad monkeys. Okay, I'm gonna just shoot an arrow. And I have feet, so I actually don't take any
Yeah. 2 feet.
We all
I
have
think.
feet.
disadvantage.
You like the 2
I have
feet?
feet, is what I said.
I know.
Feet.
1 foot, 2 feet.
I'm gonna shoot my bow. What is it? I have point blank and precise. So I get +1 to attack and damage within 30 feet. And then... Or I have rapid shot. I could fire 2 arrows at -2. I'm just gonna hit once. So I'm at a plus... Oh my gosh, there's so much scrolling on my sheet. I'm sorry. +11. I needed it. That was a 17. Does a 17 hit?
No.
Okay.
It does
That's my
not,
turn.
indeed. Okay, so Wisp is up. He swings his antlers in and tries to hit this thing and swings his dagger around. It's kind of in a whirling motion, but all of the hits fall short of actually doing something. Vale drops the stick on the ground and waits in the back there. Kind of looks over towards you, Selwyn. Sits down and if a fox could shrug, he would shrug. But he's not sure what to do. I mean, there's monkeys apparently, and he's never seen normal monkeys before, just the face spider monkeys. So like these ones are kind of different. He's kind of doing the whole curious dog head tilt kind of thing, and you know he's smarter than that because he is like awoken, but like awakened. But I mean, he's
awakened.
Awoken. He's awoke. And then after just kind of pausing for a second, he'll travel over to there. And he'll say, "You really shouldn't grab people without permission. I found." And he'll try to bite this creature that's got you in the buttocks. He missed.
I bet he did.
Summer.
His jaws snapped around it, and you can see he kind of cringes back. He's like, "I didn't really want to put that in my mouth anyway." But he's in striking range now, so that's good. Primates, they went on your turn. So, Death Guy. Guess
Yeah, can you send me that thing again? Somehow I closed it.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Unintentional. Thank you.
Yep, and then we have unidentified creature. He going to double slam somebody.
It's the start of his turn. It's the start of his turn, so I think he makes that save.
Who's Selwyn? Or my guy? Because Selwyn has a bleed save on his turn. Are you talking about start of my turn? I make a save against the monkeys. Hey, he only hit you once. I'll make a save. What does it say? Can you drop it on him?
I'm rereading it.
Okay. Either way, I'll do quick 7 damage to Selwyn. He doesn't have a ton of.
I think he just failed it. So it's just there.
Yeah. So he can't get out of it.
Never mind.
All right.
I mean, he can move.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to. He's not worried about the monkeys. He is, however, worried about Selwyn. He slams him for 7 fiery, bubbling, blood-boiled damage. And then it is going to be Selwyn's turn to writhe in pain as his body is being boiled by a walking flame.
While I'm watching everybody, I'm getting slammed over repeatedly, I'm going to cast Bark Skin on myself.
Again?
Have I already? I didn't. Oh, that's right. I did.
Yeah, because remember, so did somebody say you would?
Damn.
You know?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Wood and fire. That's
Yeah.
right. I remember that. That was a week ago, dog.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks ago. We had to take a little breaky break.
That's why.
Damn, what am I supposed to do now? I guess I'm going to cure moderate wounds on myself because I can lay hands on. You right?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, do your curing.
All right.
How's that
I'm just
look?
gonna heal my.
How's that look?
I'm just gonna heal myself and hope for. I healed 18.
Yeah, no, but like, how's that look in game? Like, you're kind of like you're basically in a bear hug, getting like body slammed multiple times by this thing.
All you gotta do is touch yourself, and it's like,
so you're like, my hands are already there.
I'm like, I get slammed to the ground. There's like a cut across my head, and then I get slammed again. It's like a green light appears, and I'm like, guys, I can't take much more of this. And I'm getting slammed.
Oh, I was thinking you were saying I could go all day.
Hey, that healing didn't hurt. Eldrick.
Just a light green glow after every time I get hit in the ground. Like, oh god.
Now Shane's cutting out for me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit.
Sometimes.
I think it happens when we get too loud. Like if you're like,
Maybe.
The loudness gets cut out by the distortion of the mic, whatever feature. Because I've tried to scream at people before and it didn't work.
You know, I looked at bark skin, and it doesn't look like it actually turns your skin to bark. It just hardens your skin.
Right. There's
So,
no problem.
no.
He just already has it.
Yeah.
Oh, he
I think
does?
I already used
Yeah.
it myself.
It's not an active effect on him.
I thought he must have used cast it without putting it on himself.
It was the first thing he did last time. I remember.
Yeah, you just have to actually put the effect on yourself, Shane.
That I remember.
No, I know he did that. Yeah.
Everything else is struggling with.
Well, Barkskin was funny because we were like, oh, so you're just gonna be like, hey, I know I'm on fire, but
It doesn't make him more flammable. It just makes him harder. So.
no, I know that. It's just it's called Barkskin, bro. Like we're just
Yeah. Fair. All right, I'm gonna use. I can't really overrun it because the monkeys are in the way. Yeah, I guess I'll just do a vital strike.
I got you, Lex. Okay.
Do a vital strike.
I just had this. I'll say after Tim's turn here. Vital strike. That was a 20. You hit with a. You rolled 3 and you hit.
Yeah. That's fine. You have to add an extra 8 damage to that, so it's 21 total.
But you did 13 of it, so I just need to add 8.
Yeah.
That's.
I don't have it coded right now, so to be able to do the
Yeah, that's okay.
extra damage.
Does that complete your turn?
I will. I'm gonna use one of my shield bursts on Selwyn.
What's that do?
It gives him +1 AC.
It's his combat maneuver defense or combat maneuver bonus we need to get up.
Does AC improve that?
He's not taking damage because he's hit.
Yeah, but
I guess he still has to hit with the slam, so that's fine.
yeah.
Can you drop the
I
effect
think
on
that there's no effect. That's not coded either.
Okay, just remember your total AC now with Barkskin on, Shane, and then if we don't hit it, just make sure you call me out. Elwyn, just so you know, Miss Lex, Naptown Lex, has granted your next action to be a critical success. Confirmed. Via
Wonderful.
Twitch. She spent 2,000 nerd force points on Twitch to shoot a critical hit your way.
That's mom love right
One
there.
of the bonuses of using Twitch as well, folks, is that I have nerd force points set up to interact with the game a little bit more. And if you have Amazon, you get a free sub once a month.
I'm gonna go ahead and use that for Osmir, and Osmir is gonna take a critical hit bite.
Okay.
That means he's gonna do 4d6 plus 6.
My baby. You guys are killing my baby.
Yeah, that's 19 damage plus 6 is 25. That's 25 damage.
Because of what it is, though, he's completely immune to all of it, so he's just gonna.
Thank you so much, and I'm so appreciative to Lexi, even though you suck.
No, he did actually take that because he's used. It's like magic, silver.
Yeah, it's magic damage, silver damage, cold iron,
Yeah,
all that.
all the things. So.
And also I'm going to take an attack with my bow. I do less damage than Osmir does.
Yeah, well, that's why he's a
I'm really
baby.
more. Yeah. Oh wait, and the monkeys are gonna attack.
Those gosh damn monkeys! Oh, the freaking monkeys!
Oh, the freaking.
Oh no!
They
They don't get like a swarm. Don't get a plus to anything. I couldn't tell, like, the way this is set up, it just says swarm. It doesn't say, like, what the attack is. It just says what the damage is. So they don't get an additional, like, I know I wouldn't have hit anyway because it was a 2, but they have a, oh, probably because they don't have any strength. Base attack plus 2, so it would have been a 4. Okay. Mine, however, is a 16 again. So, I didn't hit either. So that's my turn. I'm getting quicker. Thanks for the crit.
Yay, monkeys! Us mamas gotta stick together, she says over there.
Hell yeah.
And Wisp, he's gonna actually disengage and come up this way and switch out his weapon to his bow. Veil. Ugh. Let him go! Damn it, I rolled on the monkeys. I'll just pull it over. Hey, he hits! Good job, Veil. For a total of 5 damage to the butt cheek. She doesn't stay holding on to you. You're pretty sure he's so grossed out by the idea of biting somebody's butt cheek that he bites it and immediately lets go. Does the damage and is done with that. Like makes a grimace face, like the weirdest one of a dog-like face to make. Monkey Swarm already went. Unidentified cat here is going to slam Shane. There's someone. Twice. Both times hitting. Above your AC, even with the
24 and 29. Jeez, dude.
Roll a fortitude save.
You roll a fortitude save.
He did, he failed.
The blood splatter from my forehead as you slam me.
Why is it just your forehead taking all the damage? It seemed like you're wrapped in fire, but you're like, my forehead.
I don't know. It's just what I'm thinking. Oh, God, I failed that miserably.
It's okay. It's just 2d6.
It's...
So 7.
All that healing has done nothing.
But it's your turn.
What's the thing? AC? What have we figured out? Is it like a 20 to hit?
Yes, he is. Shane's at 24 right now. But yeah.
Then how does it? Oh, okay.
Again, I'm going to look around and go, alright, guys.
Anytime now.
Anytime now. And I'm going to cast I'm going to cure moderate wounds again on myself.
I mean, I don't want to hear anything, Tim. You have a plus 17.
So I'm going to gain another 15 life. As the wounds magically
So are you
heal
not
on
trying
my
to
forehead
escape?
and my shoulder.
He's just healing.
I gotta heal. Yeah, I can't.
You can't escape. Like you just can't, not physically. Like you would have taken that 23 to get out.
CMB,
Yes.
yeah, like
This is 24. CMB
Okay.
is 24 versus.
I got a +8 to my
Got
CMB, but there's like it's not.
He grabbed the wrong guy. If he'd grabbed Tim, Tim would have had a chance to get out of it and probably overrun him in the process.
+19.
Yeah. But Timmy, you're up. Eldrick is up.
All right. I'm going to Vital Strike. Give us another shot.
Oh,
Hey!
yeah, 20.
Oh,
Sick,
confirmed.
confirmed.
So what happens here is I'm going to roll the normal damage, but then I get to roll an extra D8, and I get an extra +8.
I don't think he's gonna make it.
Yeah. Oh, okay, he's dead. I don't have to roll extra damage. It doesn't matter.
Roll the extra damage. You have to.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's just an extra D8 and then a +8. So it would be an extra 6 and then an extra 14. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, the hammer.
51.
The hammer criticals are pretty insane.
51.
14 more, so.
The overkill matters.
It does. Well, it does a little bit actually here too. Let's see. Okay. It falls apart in chunking pieces of ash. What was once a walking construct of living fire is hit by your disruption hammer. You blast right through it and turn it into a husk of ash that crumbles before you, releasing Selwyn, who drops feebly and weakly and all charred and burnt, like bubbled up, like fresh, burnt all over, just completely. His blood and skin literally were boiling in fire due to being wrapped in the bear hug of the flame creature. As soon as Selwyn hits the ground, the chamber goes silent for a beat. And before you guys get a chance to even talk or react, though, the whole room starts to shake. Dust flies and falls from the ceiling and the rafters above, and the crack between the sun and the moon widens to a much wider girth or distance. Just wanted to say girth. It's a much wider distance, and it opens up, and below you, walking up non-existent stairs, is a lithe, pale elf lady. Maybe it could be a man. She or he is androgynous, but with the long hair and the slenderness, it's giving either very elf, very fey, or maybe a lady, or possibly both. Who knows? Who cares? They approach. Slightly walking up, a bit of moonlight type light glows off this individual. And it steps up off of a staircase that doesn't exist, out of the crack, and stands before you. She's gonna be the monkeys. So she gets to be the monkeys. But she stands before you right there. This live androgynous elf lady, person, and she speaks to you. She has all the things to say. They're all not good. You guys are in lots of trouble. You've done many things wrong. Just kidding.
I knew it.
I knew it. Let's see. She goes. She bangs. Let's see. She touches. Oh, who's close? Shane is close. She walks just within reach of Shane, who's on the floor, and she reaches down and touches the moon orb that is, on his side, hung by a cord or whatever, and it starts to glow a little. She's not said anything at this point. She's been very quiet. The dust is settling in the room. High above you, actual moonlight cuts through the stone above and basks you and her in this moon, and it shines light down for those of you. All of you probably have some kind of dark vision, except for maybe one. Shines down the crack, and down the crack you see where the staircase she maybe had originally used started, and then the missing chunks of it that she walked up that weren't there. And it winds down below you into another chamber.
Level 9.
Which is long and far below, down a broken and semi-floating, curling staircase, like swirling staircase. Along the sides of the staircase, on pillars and things, you see arcane wards and spells. Occasionally, as you watch, the landscape shifts and the stairs twirl or rematerialize or dematerialize in different spaces. It seems as if this chamber has never truly been seen by mortal eyes in a long time, if ever. That being said, you could instantly feel the magic emanating off the area below. You could feel the aura of power that lightly clings to the body of the slender, androgynous, pale elf person. Let's see. I had a whole thing I got together for it. I don't know where the hell it went. Too much stuff. I have too much stuff, you guys.
I'm gonna try to speak to her in Elven.
Okay.
And I'd like to, I guess, ask her if this means we passed the test or the trial. It wasn't there. Didn't the altar or whatever say that we had to prove our worth or something?
Yep. Yeah, something along those lines on there. First shout. That's the gist of it. It was a test to see if you were worthy to even grace the halls of the Forgotten with your presence.
Sure. So I'm gonna ask her in Elven. Are you saying that we're worthy?
A slight smile appears as she opens her mouth and quietly speaks to you, she says, "Whether you pass or not, we have few choices. We will take what we can get." I'm just kidding. She just instantly comes out swinging, bad mouthing you guys, like, "Fuck you guys. I mean, you did all right, but screw you. I'm going home." You know. No, she didn't say that. I'll put a quarter in the jar. I just wanted to bust your guys' chops.
Quite rude.
Quite rude. Thank you for being really rude. But no, so she does come up. She smiles slightly up at you. She says, "I am Valeris. It's an elven name. She's speaking to you in Elven on Valeris, and I am the last surviving avatar of the original moon god of this realm. All of the power that she had in this world, with you having awoken some of the memories of the past, resides in me and needs time to soak in moonlight and gain traction with followers to fully be represented once again. Will you
There
join
was no
my
moon.
church?"
There was no moon on the mosaic.
Correct. There's one sign missing.
No, the sign is there. The name was missing. The
Exactly.
sign was
That's what I'm saying.
so, but that sign wasn't a moon.
It was not a moon. You're correct.
I'm gonna ask her why the moon goddess doesn't exist on the mosaic upstairs.
It does. It's just, unfortunately, for those that are evil in the world that have tried to remove us, the elder gods, the gods of origin, from the pantheon, from the realm, and from influence on the realm. Of us all, only my goddess saw the possibility of this path and took measures to ensure that at least one of us would be here in case humanity ever tried to break free of the false deity Vantara's evil grasp.
What was your goddess's name?
Her name is not unspoken in so long that it's been forgotten to most, though I hold it. And it is right here. I have all of them. Boop. My goddess goes by Terethys. She is the goddess of the moon,
Okay.
secrets and passageways. She holds up a crescent
Ooh.
item before you that is in the shape of a moon, and inside the crescent hook of the moon, when she puts it in the moonlight, there's an absence of light in the shape of a key on the inside the crescent. She looks amongst you to see what she wants to do.
I love you.
And though she has touched the orb on Shane's side, lighting it some, she hands this one to Elwyn, who's the next closest. Hands you the crescent moon with the key inside. It's about the same fist size as the orb that Shane is holding. So it's about the size of a baseball. And it's a crescent shape, and inside the crescent shape, it's completely pass-throughable. There's nothing there, but when you hold it up in the moonlight fills the entire crescent part, but there's a empty darkness where like a key image, like a skeleton key image, is in that light.
What if you hold the two orbs together? Does it do anything?
I mean, you haven't done it. I mean, you asking her?
Right. I'm not. I take it and kind of give her a slight, like, not like a full bow, but kind of like nod and say, "Is this part of a set?" And I gesture to the orb.
That is the key to a temple to my goddess, lost in the swamps far from here. If you find yourself near it, perhaps you could stop by and find aid in the secrets within. You may find it close or within the path that you follow to find the stones and destroy them. Or keep them as they are if you don't wish the old gods to return. And Vontaria can rule indefinitely. But you've weakened her grasp with your efforts already, whether you've meant to or not. Whether you're human, and she looks at Eldrick, or Fae, and she looks at Selwyn. Or something different, and she looks at Elwyn.
Something different. Am I not human?
In this day and age, there's other things, but masked by humanity due to Fontaria's deceptions.
Well,
just looking
you'll
around
find we're no
confused.
allies of Vontaria.
What'd you say?
Elvis just looking around confused right now because he doesn't speak Elvish, but
I forgot that I haven't translated any of this.
I assume Ellen will be like relaying some stuff, but when she looks at me, I just kind of shrug like, "What do you want?"
Like the only word he knows is human. He's like, human. Shit, am I in trouble?
Yeah, I say I think you'll find we're certainly not allies of Vontaria, and I find the promise of the old gods and the freedom of choice and free will that they provide to be quite alluring.
Then you're on the right path. Continue. Solve the level below. Open your way into the final chamber and destroy the magic seal that is keeping the crystal safe from your destruction with your holy artifact.
I'm sorry, holy artifact?
She's looking straight at Eldrick. Yes, you possess
The hammer?
a mighty artifact of mass destruction to the stones. I see it's already been kissed at least twice with the stones and freed the world.
Oh, the battering.
Yeah.
Continue down this path and breathe the glory of the old gods anew. Stay
See the light in his eyes twinkle.
I turn around and I'll turn around and kind of translate and go, apparently your battering ram is a full-on holy symbol, so at this or a holy relic at this point. So she says there's another stone down there to destroy, and I'm potentially not human. So that's a thing that we're gonna delve into a little bit later. But we should get going, and yeah, and I turn around and say, thank you, and ask her, I'm gonna let them go ahead and kind of stay back and go, what, seriously, what did you mean about the not human thing? Is there something that I need to be working to find out, or are you just being cryptic?
Overanalyzing.
Yeah.
You will learn in time what I mean. That being said, I can sense some elven blood in your history long ago. Perhaps hidden from you and minor at this time. But I sense a bit, if not, maybe not enough, but a bit. Therefore, something else I said. It's been a long time for me since I've even spoken aloud.
Elwyn just looks at her and like isn't blinking and like looks I wouldn't say like almost like an excited nervous, like isn't blinking and is like nodding her head a bunch and like trying to process like, okay, yeah, oh yeah, no, of course, and like trying to play it off a little bit.
But like you do kind of have like flashbacks to your youth.
Lies underneath. Yeah.
You do sort of have like flashbacks to your youth when like you were supposed to be home, but you're in dark alleys chasing Osmir as a little pup. You know, and he's like a little guy. and like you're running around and stuff, and it's dark, and like you're in dark alleys, and there's bad stuff going on around you, and you're just like able to kind of not sense, but almost feel like you could see in the dark, but you really couldn't. It was just like the image was just a slight clearer than anybody else, and nobody ever understood why you could move so freely in the dark before. Well, then,
There's obvious excitement bubbling underneath the surface for Aelwyn, as she tries to play it cool and thanks her, and I don't know, I guess gives her the most graceful curtsy she knows how, in trying to like mimic the elegance and grace of this like long-bodied, graceful person.
Yeah, I mean, she's nearing 6 foot, so she's pretty good. She's a good size.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of curtsy and bow, like in deference, and thank her as I quickly, earnestly thank her as I run off, after the others.
Know this though, as you continue, children of the elves, child of the elves. You and your companions are on a perilous path, and it is one that does not have an endless amount of time left. Vantaria is surely already noticed your activities, and she is not someone to take on in battle at this time alone, or possibly ever, without having destroyed the stones. The stones are, in a sense, strengthening her while weakening us. Strengthening herself at the doom of the world. You know, the magic that pulses through all of you, the world, is required for it to sustain. And she's been sapping it and siphoning it and sucking it out for over 2,500 years. She should have long been a husk and dead in the ground. She's but an elf.
I steal my gaze as I look at her and say, I've suffered greatly at her hands, and I'll see to it that she meets our end. Thank you. And then I
don't have much power
head out.
as of now, but I will grant you and your companions this one boon. A safe place to rest, and I will freeze time in the area so that the moon can shine and you can rest freely for up to 2 days here in this inner sanctum. But then you must descend, for my power will wane, and the moon, when it sets again with the sun's rise, will be the end of time for this place, one way or another. Go with the blessing of the goddess and all of my love. And she kind of raises her hands up to the sky, and she's wearing kind of almost a translucent like cloak that you didn't even realize she was wearing. Like she was never naked, but you never even realized she had it. What she was wearing never even appeared in your mind. It's like, what's she look? Oh, she's high style. No, it's like just this very lithe, very white-haired, elven-like, tall figure climbs out, and then like you notice the robes just kind of shimmer off of her as the moonlight hits it, and you all get a +1 to will saves while in the temple. So until we exit the temple, you'll have a +1 to your will saves. There's a miscellaneous spot you can put that on over there, and she's going to Thanos snap away in the moonlight, and the area is going to shimmer around like a 60-foot area inside this room you guys are in, and you can tell. Like,
did you say will?
Will saves, yeah. So her energy essentially shimmers out away from her. She dissipates into a 60-foot orb above you that the moonlight cascades onto, and you can see it like dripping and shimmering around the outer edges of it, and you can sense the stillness as even the dust around you has frozen around you, but inside this little 60-foot circle of this moon avatar's area, time continues. But outside you see the dust is frozen in the air, things aren't moving, nothing's happening, like it's all literally in stasis around you except for this 60-foot area where you're now allowed to rest for up to two long rests.
probably gonna rest for too long rest then.
+1 to will saves. Is that what you said?
+1. Yep.
Cool.
And you guys, it's 8:10, so we've been on for an hour. Let's take a quick 2-minute bathroom snack break for anybody who needs it, if we can. I know that we said we'd try and incorporate a break or two into the game since we play for 3 hours. So I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm into that. I'm gonna refill.
Get some drinks and refills and do what you're gonna do, and we'll be back in 2 minutes, guys.
Like a little intermission thing that goes across the screen.
I know. I used to have one. Thanks, Lex. See ya. I just need to make it again because I've been through so many things. BRB. You spraying them again, dude? 70K, let's go, 70K! We're on the path, Hanukkah 70K! We just got back from intermission. We're working on it. They're all peeing and getting drinks and stuff. How are you? Yeah, I need more snacks here, honestly. I had to go to the grocery store one of these days. What's about it? Oh, good. I hope you feel like not death now. That's good. Yeah, they just met the avatar of the moon goddess, and they just got blessed with a couple of long rests, so now they're chilling.
So we heal in fully within one long rest now, I think.
Oh, okay.
So we don't need more than one.
Well, the extra one could be there if you guys had any reading to do or any research to do before moving on, or maybe prepare it because once you leave the bubble, you're on a time limit. So you have 2 days to prep, one to rest and one to prep.
Sure.
And I didn't give it to you for no reason.
Sure.
I'm just glad Tim heard one word. I wanted to retroactively go back and say that human wasn't the word you knew. It was what's it called? Battering ram. There's no Elvish word for battering ram because it's such a man-made construct. So, battering ram, she says all harshly in common. Elves live in trees. They don't have to batter or ram anything.
Retconned.
They only have retroactively retcon that real quick. Yeah, look at the likes, Annika. We're killing it. 71K likes is crazy. on a not any kind of special day, like just a big regular old Sunday chilling. Highest we ever had is 107,000 on New Year's Eve. So, and that was like a 3-hour stream or 5-hour stream or something. I was on for a while because I didn't do anything, just chilled with it live. Yeah, I never ended it. I just left it on because we were killing it. But anyway, we'll get back into it, you guys. So, you have 2 days to rest inside the time stop bubble of the avatar of the moon goddess, Terethys. Terethys, as I mentioned, is the goddess of the moon, of secrets and secret pathways. Her image also was the only image that did not show up correctly and did not have her name on the map above. Or not the map, but the mosaic on the floor above. If we look back at the mosaic itself only had one label that was wrong. Oh, I think I have a better image of it. Hang on.
It was the rose with the leaf below it.
Right, which is already another rose on there.
Right.
Which I think you might have mentioned actually at the time. But yeah, so and so the one with the leaf below it and the rose most likely is hers, as the rest of those look right. And thinking back on it,
she's the goddess of secret.
Right. So anyway, but yeah, I don't know if
so her name was
secret. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got some reading that we can do for sure. I mean, the Dwarven King's journal needs to be read. And to make sense of any of the things that we picked up would also make sense at this point too.
Any of the what?
Like any of the books that there was like books and materials and things that we very carefully moved.
Oh yeah, for mending.
Yeah. Which, before we take our rest, I can use some mythic power to cast some mending, probably. I don't know if I have mending. Yeah, I have mending, so I can cast mending 3 times before this first rest.
Okay.
On some of those books.
Cool. Didn't you
That's where I want to
Didn't you only get 3 books?
I'm gonna be real honest. I don't have those notes.
I think it was half and half. I think it was. You guys only got 3.
Where? Those notes are old. Yeah, I don't have that in front of me.
I got it. Hang on, let me find it.
No, my notes are.
I thought there was 7 total, and we got like 5.
That's sick.
We got more than half.
Oh, then there was.
We only dropped we only lost 1.
One or two. My sleight of hand rolls were pretty good.
Okay, well, you could cast it on 3 of them, so that sounds good. What?
Yep.
Drag. I've been on too long. It tried to tell me I wasn't on. I was doing crazy. All right. So let's. So I guess I can just read them off here. We've got a sun-bleached tome with golden embossing along its sandstone cover. The pages shimmer faintly in the moonlight, glowing softly during daylight hours. So it's not daylight hours, but They still shimmer softly in any kind of light. It appears to be a surviving scripture to Perego.
Perego. Like the spaghetti sauce?
Parego.
Yeah. The spaghetti
Not
sauce.
thank you,
Prego.
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 Yeah.
That's that one. That's the first one. So I mean, if you have any questions about it, I was just waiting for see if you have any questions about it. I mean, then I'll move forward.
You can move forward. I'm just writing things down as you go.
Okay. The next one is a book that's bound in a faded silver and black leather. It smells slightly of of a night jasmine. The cover is marked with the sigil of a crescent moon overlaying a key.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm going to be reading first, but
Candles are good
it's a
too.
Tirithus, right?
Yeah. However you say it or spell it, it's a hard one. It's Elven words, so don't judge me. Even though I'm the DM.
Sorry,
I don't
what
speak
did you
Elven.
say?
Tirithus, you got it right.
Right. I spelled it phonetically for myself, so I was like, surely that's what you said.
Okay, cool. Go for it. And
Okay.
finally, a heavy and cracked book. Its pages are thin sheets etched clay bound together with iron bands. The spine is warm to the touch and carries the mark of the forge in the stone, or Morgrim.
Morgan.
I think that needs to go to the big guy.
Okay. So this first night, since I can only cast Mending those 3 times, I'll sit down with the Tirithus tome. Or what are they written in?
Elven.
They're all written in Elven.
Yes.
I can't read Elven, damn it. Darn it, sorry.
Well, then I would say that Eldrick could probably go in and read the Dwarven King's tablet. King Thrain.
Yep, good job.
Since that's something that we could all read.
Read.
You can't read Elven, can you?
I only got common as far as languages go.
What about Wisp? Wisp only speaks
He speaks common
Sylvan and...
Yeah. Reading, he likes the pan flute. Like, he's been playing that this whole time.
Yeah, I love his pan flute too. He's the best.
He's very good.
Read it to me. Like a
Read it
nighttime
out loud.
Yeah, just like read it to me
do
like
you-
a bedtime story.
Do you have like comprehend languages or anything that you can cast?
I do not have comprehend languages.
What a weirdo.
I've been a
Wait,
prisoner
so-
for many, many years.
Right, but do druids swap their spells out
Yes,
in
divine
Pathfinder
casting.
too?
Indeed, I
I
believe so.
do have divine casting, yes. I do have divine casting, so I can change it.
So maybe for tomorrow's you could swap out for that. I don't know if that's a druid spell or not. But maybe you could swap so that tomorrow you could do some reading too. And that would maybe be helpful.
What spell are we looking for?
Oh, probably a comprehend languages. I'm just trying to like what is the what is it?
Yeah,
Is it tongues?
Tongues
Those
is
comprehend
understand
languages.
It
You
is
can understand
comprehend
the spoken
languages.
words of creatures or read otherwise written messages.
There it is.
The ability to read does not
That's tongues?
necessarily impart insight. No, this is comprehend languages.
Oh, and you have that one?
No, it's one that I can
No.
add.
Alchemist, bard, cleric, oracle, inquisitor,
yeah.
psychic, shaman, sorcerer, wizard, and witch.
Everything but a druid.
put it in there.
I don't run out of money.
And your mythic does not allow you to cast from other pools, does it?
I don't think so.
It doesn't.
No, sure.
That would be helpful for you, but not for me.
Tim, are you reading King Thrain's book? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'll read the tablet thing.
The gods once walked among us. Oh, I can wait. If he was still talking through it.
I was just gonna say, I can tell someone what he can do with his time. He can make Osmir a new damn pillow.
You're talking to Selwyn?
Yeah.
To Shane?
Can Selwyn like learn?
I'm trying to figure it out.
How to make a pillow?
He's probably trying to figure out if he can find a way to read the books too.
Yeah, I know. But you told him what he could do with his time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can.
I don't got any
You
magic
switch out.
items.
You said out loud
You
as a
switch out.
character?
Oh, I can use tongues. What's tongues?
Tongues is probably speaking. That's what I was thinking about too.
I don't think it's reading.
Speak and understand the language of any intelligent creature. So I can touch her and I can literally speak and understand.
Yeah, you can't read it.
No, I can understand. Yeah, I can read it.
Speak and understand what's being spoken.
Yeah.
Damn it.
The wording there seems like it's just audible.
It is.
Does Vale speak Elven or just Sylvan? And common.
Is there a creature that can read? Could I wild shape or like turn into like a that could read it?
Wild shaping wouldn't help, but summoning something could. But I don't know if unless you can.
Ooh, I just hate literature. It's so much more less fun than painting. Was she speaking Elvish earlier? I should have probably taught something to Selwyn all those years, but he's such a bore. He just wanted to sit there and pout for so long.
I was gonna say, Vale speaks Elven.
But one
So
thing.
there's
Can
that.
read it to me?
Oh Lord, in Elvish? You're asking me to read this book to you in Elvish, really? On second thought,
Yes,
thank
please.
God we didn't have more text down there. This could have become a nightly ritual. Thank God we finally were able to get out of that cavern. But of course, if it's something you'd want after this many years, so I cannot wait to be free of these shackles that bind us. But you were truly my only friend the entire time. I will read the book to you in Elvish, and perhaps you can listen and comment if it wouldn't be too much of a trouble.
Thank you. I'm gonna wrap a breaker around myself and get ready for bed. Listen, bedtime story as Vale reads it.
Plans to listen and
Is
ends
he
up falling asleep.
translating it?
What?
Is he translating it, or is he going to read it in Elven?
He's gonna read it in Elvish.
So that doesn't help.
Doesn't he have tongues?
It's not a druid spell.
Oh,
No, tongues is a druid spell.
Yeah, he has tongues.
No.
He said
Alchemist,
tongues.
bard, cleric, oracle, inquisitor, medium, mesmerist, psychic, shaman,
Tongues.
sorcerer, wizard, spiritualist, summoner, unchained summoner, witch.
It says here the tongues is a level 4 druid spell. This is the natural druid version of comprehend languages, and it's better.
Are you looking at Pathfinder 2e?
Probably. I don't know. It says it lets you understand and speak any
Yeah, it
language.
definitely doesn't have druid on here.
Yeah, the Ultimate Combat book from first edition says no druid.
This doesn't have druid on here either.
Very well, very well. At least take this back so I can use it again later. And he trots over, kind of like swinging his tail and whipping his hips back and forth over to his stick, and picks it up with his mouth and brings it over to you and drops it at your feet. At least start carrying that again so I can use it another time if I need to in the future.
Okay, I'm gonna carry the stick. I'm gonna take him and say thank you. Why didn't you give it to me before now?
It's still moist with his saliva from his mouth being all up on it, but it appears to be about a 3/4 foot long engraved stick. Has weird runes on it.
Cool.
I could detect magic, but it's not gonna tell me anything.
Yes, just put that back in your pocket, and I'll maybe have to borrow it again later, but I'll translate it to common for you, you plebe. Okay. So we got Tim gonna read in Dwarvish. You guys are both gonna figure out a way to read in Elven. All the things and stuff.
Oh, I can read Melvin. I don't have to figure anything out.
You know what I meant.
Yep.
You know what I meant.
If Sylvan can switch out a spell, then it'd probably be good to get mending as well, so you can mend as many things as possible from the storage. I don't know how many books we have left with.
It's an Horizon, so I don't think we can switch out cantrips.
Oh.
There you go, Tim. You want to read it?
Otherwise,
Oh, is that the thing?
do it. Dump some lore on us.
You want me to read it out?
Yeah, let's hear about some lore.
Journal Scene 3. The broken mind recorded on the living stone tablet of Corsair. The gods once walked amongst us, or so the story said, before the shroud of unmaking, before the chaos and the fall. They were as much a part of our world as the mountains and the seas. I remember their names faintly now, fragments of prayers etched into the deepest recesses of my mind. They were the ones who taught us to shape stone, to master fire, to craft wonders that stood against time. But they are gone now, their essence erased as though they never existed. It was the shroud's cruelest stroke, that erasure, not death, for death leaves behind echoes, graves, monuments, mourning. The shroud left nothing. No one remembers their faces, their voices, their gifts. Even their symbols, carved into the great halls of Korsos, faded blank stone at the moment the shroud fell. I alone hold the fragments, though they are fleeting, slipping through my fingers like water. I wonder if I will be the last to remember, or if those whispers will fade in time. I once sought to understand the shroud's nature, to unravel the magic that birthed it. The voices of my kin, scattered through they are, speak of theories, guesses, pieced together from the ruins of our knowledge. The shroud was no mere spell, it was a breaking of laws. Laws that governed not just our world, but the balance of existence itself. The hated queen.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
queen.
The hated queen did not create it alone. No mortal could. She must have had help, though I shudder to think of what kind of being would help her. The crystal was her tool, but it was not her source. The shroud was... What?
No, that was not you, it's me.
The shroud was born of something older, a force that existed before the gods themselves. I feel it in the crystal song, a resonance defies comprehension. It is not life nor death, but something in between, a hunger, a need to unmake and reshape. The hated queen did not seek to destroy the world. She sought to remake it in her image. She saw the ley lines as thresholds to be rewoven, the gods as obstacles to be erased. and the god stones as keys to unlock her vision. The Feywild born the first scars of her ambition. I remember the emissaries who came to Corsoth, their forms shimmering like firelight, their voices like wind through the leaves. They begged us to stop, to leave the crystal untouched. It does not belong to you, they said. It does not belong to anyone. We laughed at their warnings, blinded by the power the crystal offers. We did not understand that we were not its masters, but its tools. The hated queen's touch reached beyond the Feywild, twisting the plains themselves. The Shadowfell grew darker, its mist thick with despair. The elemental planes began to fracture, their balance disrupted, and even the astral sea rippled with unease, its timeless stillness broken by unseen currents. Corsoth became the epicenter of this unraveling, though we did not see it at the time. We thought our empire invincible, for our forges eternal. We could not comprehend that we were building on a foundation of lies. And yet, in the midst of the Shroud's devastation, there were moments of defiance. The dwarves who fled Corsoth carried with them fragments of our own legacy, artifacts, knowledge, even shards of the Sundershard blades. I see flashes of their journeys. Through the voices in my mind do not always agree on what happened. Some found refuge in hidden valleys, building new lives from the chaos. Others wandered the plains, seeking answers to the questions we left behind. One name lingers among the voices, Bernard, a child of royal blood. Though he does not know it, he was carried away in the final days, a single ember of hope amidst the ashes of our empire. If he lives, he could unite the scattered remains of our people. He could rebuild, though it would not be the Corsoth that we knew. That Corsoth is gone, as it should be. Pride was our downfall, and any future we build must be free of it. I wonder if the hated queen sees the world she has left behind. Does she reveal it? Does she revel in its ruin, or does she mourn the failure of her vision? Perhaps she too has become a prisoner of her own ambition, trapped in the web she wove. I do not know if she lives, though her presence lingers, a shadow that darkens every thought. If she returns, it will not be to create but to consume. The voices grow quieter now, their whispers turning inward. They speak of blame, of sorrow, of vengeance. They remind me of the weight I carry, the choices I made that led us here. I cannot escape their accusations, nor do I wish to. They are my burden, as is this tomb, as is the crystal. I write these words not for myself, but for those who will come. The three who are drawn here do not know what awaits them, but they will be tested. The crystal will judge them as it once judged me. If they are strong enough to endure its trials, they may find the answers I could not. I am Thrain, I am Corsoth, I am ruined, and I wait. And that's
Dun
it.
dun dun! The three.
Sick.
Lot.
We three.
It, like, knew of the three.
Well, some three. Not the original three, but
Close
well,
enough.
it was pretty cool.
Here you go, Megan.
We are
Here's,
Three
three.
that exist.
here's the first passage from the opening of your book, Megan. You can read it if you'd like.
Bertha says, "Oh, perfect." I love that.
Good, good.
You want me to read all that?
Yeah.
Bend the knee to shadow, not in fear, but in faith, for the moon holds no truth, only passage. An initiate's vow of the crescent gate.
So that's essentially.
I've got to say, this is Aylwin's vibe, like real talk.
And obviously, as you continue on, the first passage is next. You know, that was just on the inner cover.
Passage 1, the door beneath no door. Where no door stands, the moon shall draw one. Wait for the crescent to rise in the third sky. Mark the stone where water once touched and whisper, Terethus Opened by shadow, not by hand. Only those who do not seek the path may find it.
So it appears this book is a lot of different axioms. Is it the right word?
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's basically a lot of like small passages and secrets and lost thoughts or things about the past, about different locations that if they still exist, you might be able to find ways to enter or gain knowledge using this book. For the first one appears as so it seems to be some kind of ritual to reveal a moonlit portal under specific conditions. Obviously, somewhere you're not sure really where. That might be part of the harder part of the riddle. But if you come into a place where you think you might want to use it and understand the riddle at that time, perhaps it could open a doorway somewhere you weren't expecting. Or that you were looking to get to.
Upon reading this, I would like to approach Selwyn and ask to examine his orb just in the moonlight, and kind of compare it with the one that was given to me.
Okay.
You mean this orb? And I hold it up. I don't let her touch it. I just hold it up. Into the moonlight.
Perhaps you could do one of these.
Excuse me.
Let the moon shine through it.
Elwyn,
Okay,
if
hold
you're
it.
going to interrupt me every time I start reading in Elven, you might as well just close the fucking book. And he slams his paw down on the book he was reading to Selwyn just moments before you came up and interrupted his eloquent Elven accents. And he kind of curls away and lays down with his head in front of his paws facing away from you three.
Now I'm never going to be able to get him to read that again. You know that, right?
Oh, I'm not bitter with you, Selwyn. Not really, but Elwyn needs to learn manners if she wishes to dance with the gods and be part of any courts ever in her life.
Right.
Just let me know when she's done interrupting and we'll continue. And you see him roll
Under
his
my
eyes.
breath. Under my breath in Sylvan, I just mutter, "Damn fox." Thinks he's better than everybody.
Fluffs his tail.
Purposely knowing that Sylvan might not understand me, but this fox definitely will.
Definitely flicks his tail aggressively a couple times as he's turned away from you with his head down on his paws, chewing on the stick. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Very mockingly, Aelwyn looks at both of them and says, "My lords, if you do not mind the interruption, might I have a moment of your times?"
Well, when I do like it when you're sassy, I just like to rile you up for no reason. Oh, God, you're just as much as I can't stand you, you're truly a hoot sometimes. What do you have to say? And now, he looks over his butt, completely turned at an awkward angle for anyone but a fox. Puts his little paws there and puts his head on his little thing and stares at you with his tongue hanging out.
Can you give me one of these up to the moon? Maybe we could take a look through it. See what comes through it.
Can you give me one of these?
Thank you.
That's too good. Climate 73 is
what am I seeing in comparison? Does the moonlight itself, since before we weren't seeing any moonlight, does the moonlight itself reveal anything in this orb that was picked up? Or does this seem to be so far just a fully mundane
great question. So
thing?
He's holding it up, and remember, she did touch his orb, and it did start glowing some. As he holds it up, it becomes much more apparent that it is, in fact, not a moon, but a sun.
Oh.
You swallowed it?
So probably not something that would be... Wait. but she touched it.
She did.
So it seems like it wouldn't be something of Terethus, but if she imbued it with some power, then
Perhaps, right?
is this part of that whole like the moon reflects the light of the sun situation?
Good job. Yeah, that's. I mean, it's a little bit of it. Yeah. There are two parts of the same whole, right? Like one on the other.
The moon doesn't shine without the sun.
Right. So. Yeah, I mean, you guys are awakening all kinds of the things.
Okay. Yeah, I'll spend as much more of my time as I can on that tome of Terethus. And then after I examine the orb a little bit more, we cast detect magic on it before and it was magic.
Right.
Is there anything else that you can get out of? There's no other information we can get at this point.
For the sun.
An experimental use magic device.
You have used magic device?
It's not trained.
I do. I have magic. I have used magic.
Are you
device.
loaded up with charisma?
I'd have used a magic device.
What's my plus on magic device?
I do have used magic device.
Yeah, see, I have a
It's not-
+9 on on use magic device.
Oh.
I mean, you
mine's
could probably
+2.
figure it out.
Get it
Are
done.
you looking at? You're looking at it with detect magic. If you're gonna try and use magic device and use read magic,
I
detect
will
magic,
give him advantage. Yeah, I'll give him. I'll like give him the help action by using detect magic.
Do you have? Let's go. Who has knowledge of religion? Anybody?
Nobody has knowledge of religion.
No.
Knowledge arcana?
Yes.
I don't.
So knowledge arcana,
I definitely.
or better in spellcraft.
I definitely have that.
Spellcraft.
I do
would work.
I
have.
definitely have stuff.
I have
Let's go with
spellcraft.
spellcraft, or knowledge arcana, or a combo, whatever you guys can pull up.
Oh,
Ooh.
nat 20 on a spellcraft, dog.
Okay. Holding
Good
it
thing.
up in the moonlight, you can see very faint discolorations of the sun in what appears to be patterns. And in looking at it over with your nat 20 on the check, we'll say that you see that how it has crafted together, that if you twist it a certain way, you can produce light from it in like a normal light source. But also, you get the sense that you can use that light to sheathe yourself in an aura of protection versus evil elements. Just yourself.
Yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm not handing this over to anybody.
You get a feeling that that light can also shine the truth onto individuals trying to lie to you. If you can angle light through around it enough, occasionally you feel you could either brighten the area like daylight or convince someone to tell you the truth. While carrying it, once it is fully taken on into your, once you've what's it called, aligned with it.
Attuned.
Attuned.
Yeah, attuned with it. You would get a +2 resistance versus fear and darkness effects.
Alright,
You know,
yeah.
if you opt to keep it.
Oh, I'm definitely not. I didn't let it go and let her. I didn't show her. I felt something originally when I touched it. I don't know. I knew something was up with it, so I'm not. This is mine now.
Okay.
So-
And then from there.
And I'm not going to share that information that you just told me with. I'm just going to feel that. Or
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you get a sense. I mean, you guys are kind of looking at it together, like, how do we get this to work? What's it do? So I mean, I don't know. You guys can roleplay that. I won't take that from you.
Yeah. I'd be like, yeah.
I mean,
does
it's
some pretty
more or
cool
less-
stuff.
Yeah, it was more or less just a coaching. Less like I'm interested in procuring it, and more just looking to understand how it relates to what I'm currently reading about Terathis. Since we have come into contact with that avatar in particular, I'm most interested in consuming as much of that lore as possible, because we've got a key to this new temple, and we've just got a lot of Alan feels a little kindred to it, so there's a bit of like selfish and a little bit of like pertaining to the mission. Two veils lie between all things forgotten and all things known. The veil of memory is soft, woven from the threads of regret and time. The veil of truth is sharp, stitched from secrets too dangerous to name. To part the first is to weep, to part the second is to bleed.
So again,
sure.
Truths and isms from time beyond past, written by followers of Moon God. And there's a lot of these in here. I can just put all in here. You can get through them.
Well, we can also like throw them in the Discord so that they can be poured over later. Aylwin hums "Truth Hurts" to herself as she reads through the rest of this. In gardens of false stars they tread, unseen yet known. The morrow shade wears the face of your future and speaks in riddles you've not yet heard. To banish it, hold a mirror under moonlight and ask, which future do you fear? It will answer with silence, and in that silence disappear.
This would be a good one to know in the wrong instance when you come across something you can't fight. It's destroying your eyes. You're like, how do we get away? Like, oh yeah.
Hold a mirror under moonlight and ask. We need to keep that in mind.
I don't know if I have a mirror. Ritual of the Waxing Key. Fantasy Grounds makes it really hard to read.
When the moon's eye turns crescent and sharp, trace the spiral
I can
key.
read it. It's just that this italic tends to be difficult.
I guess mine's blown up pretty big, so it makes it not too bad.
It's blown up big too. It just is like some of the letters kind of. When the moon's eye turns crescent and sharp, trace the spiral key upon sand or stone. Speak not, breathe once, close your left eye. The hidden road shall shine not ahead, but beneath your steps. Were these written by Vale, or?
Why? Because wait, what do you mean?
It's annoying.
That was rude. Vale just said how much she likes you.
Did he though?
Yeah, not really. Probably not. All right, I think this is the last. I think this is the last one. For now.
Okay. Sorry, I was reading the last one. The Forgotten Names. They named her Lady of Secrets. They named her Moonborn. They named her She Who Knows the Lost. But none were her name. Only in silence can she be called, and only in dreams can she answer.
Right. Okay, and then with
No one's going to.
Prayer. Like prayer and sleep.
I was gonna say, Aylwin's gonna have some. What do they call? What do you call it? Not active dreaming, but
Vivid or lucid.
Lucid, yeah.
Yeah.
He has some lucid dreams.
Everyone's looking to do some lucid dreaming tonight.
Yes, and it is going to take you most of the evening before you're ready to crash, and part of the day to kind of decipher it. Because even though you guys mended the books, it's ancient Elven. It's a little sprawly, like the italics. It's hard to read through. So And those passages do cover a good amount of the book anyway. But what you will also realize as you've looked through it, both Shannon and the Fox and Selwyn and Vale and Elwyn, as you're reading it, and then even with the Dwarven scripts, as you're reading through it, you'll realize a few things. With the Radiant lexicon, which one are you reading? Which one are you having to read, Shane?
Reading?
Yeah, because
the first one that
okay.
you
The Radiant
the first
lexicon.
There we go.
Radiant,
Okay, yep. So the Radiant lexicon will allow Vale a +2 bonus on knowledge religion checks involving pre-cataclysm deities. Because he's read it.
What?
So like because what's inside, it's not nearly as good as hers as far as some of the things, but what's inside is a rule of law kind of documents stating the different like practices for trials and using ancient priests as judges and rites of solar alignment.
became a lawyer.
Yeah, well, because he's what he's the god of is the sun, but there's more to it. Like he's the god of justice and things like that too. There is also a fragmented prophecy in there foretelling when the unworthy shall flee the shadow of judgment, but the sun shall strike true. This is kind of like a good portion that you'd pick from it. Strike true. Okay. And you're reading the book from Thrain. As you dig into the history of the Korsoth, you seem to get a better understanding of how the dwarves felt, having lived under mountains and worked with stone and kind of been almost part of the earth themselves. You can see how Thrain and his kin would think that because the crystal came below, it was part of the mountain. It was fine. It was just another rock to them, and it snuck into their lives and destroyed their kingdom. Right. So anyway, but yeah. So you guys get through that. There's I was trying to think. There was something too for. Oh yeah. If you meditate with the Whispers Beneath the Crescent, the book, Megan, Elwyn would get a +2 will saves against illusions for 24 hours if you meditate for like the whole rest.
I think with the last passage, she's going to do some sort of like, meditation as she falls asleep to see if she can't get more insight. Only in dreams can she answer. Just kind of like, she wants to know more things. Maybe about her elven heritage. Tell me more about this proposed elven heritage. Tell me more about the time that's lost.
All right, so
and kind of just praying to that.
All of that takes up most of your guys' days. Eventually, you do fall asleep. Elwyn, reading and kind of trying to figure out her old Elvish scripting inside the Book of the Moon Goddess. Selwyn and Vale bent over and curled up next to the Sun God's Radiant lexicon, trying to figure out who he is and what about him. And then obviously, since you don't speak any or read any Elven, you went back to your dwarvish knowledge and picked up King Thrain's ancient journal and started reading about the fall of the dwarves and what happened to them in the Feywild, and see if you can glean any more knowledge about the state of affairs. But eventually, after a few hours, of this and that, eating and bandaging yourselves and casting spells and things, after the first long rest is fully behind you, and the next day starts and you start getting into it. That first night before you guys wake up and make your first meal, and as everybody passes out and starts to get the full effects of their rest, you all have dreams. You all wake in a field full of white lilies spread out all before you, glowing in the moonlight, a soft blue. You hear an owl in the distance calling out in the dark. The meadow itself, on the outer reaches of the meadow, about 60 or so feet from where you are. Each of you is standing alone, not together, no companion with you. The dream is very vivid. It is not quite lucid, but you can feel as if you truly are there. And if you didn't swear you just fell asleep, you would swear you were physically here in this dream at this time, with these white glowing lilies glowing in moonlight, the wind blowing softly, the cool mist of the evening touching your skin. None of you are armed. You're all basically as if in bed, if you were, as you see yourselves even, perhaps with your normal armor on, because that's just how you vision your own self. But that being said, in the meadow itself, as the light cascades down upon you, you feel relaxed more so than before. You feel your worries wash away, and you see pathways of the future opening before you. You realize you'll have a task or a choice to make, or many, in days to come. And those choices and tasks, or choices and decisions you make, could directly affect the entirety of the plane. We're talking about awakening gods, awakening the old gods, allowing the current self-made god continue, or what other option? Because is that even all? Whispers in your ears, you hear and feel like there are more options than the two before you. That being said, the one you have chosen so far of smashing the crystals feels fine. You've done it. You know, it's not bad, but it's definitely better than Vontaria. But is it the path you truly look to take? Is it a question you kind of linger on in your own dream as you sit, almost meditating in the meadow itself, meditating in the meadow with the lilies.
Yeah, Eldrick doesn't linger out at all. He definitely wants to smash the crystals with his battering ram.
The holy relic needs to be used. I'm here for it. It's clarifying the path. Clarifying the path. So, in your dreams, the landscape stays mostly the same. If you decide to walk around, the forest is always just outside of reach. The hooting of the owl is always 3 hoots followed by 2 a few moments later, and then silence, only to happen again after some time. There doesn't appear to be anything negative here, any evil or anything malicious, but it's just mostly peaceful and continual forever. As far as wanting to know about elven heritage, though, Megan, there's nothing in the dream at this time that is going to relay back to that. Nothing about your ancestors or anything in the dreams necessarily at this time. But you're in there, and you're all in this meadow, and I know I've not put a lot besides thought in front of you. But if you guys wanted to perhaps delve into what exactly would you do in a meadow of your dreams? Or a meadow in your dreams? It's a tough question.
I'm letting somebody else go first. I always go first.
It sounds like there's nothing to do in this meadow other than contemplate and just think, or I guess. I mean, you can't do anything, right?
Well, that's what I mean. What would you want to try to do?
I don't know. I'd probably try to do stuff like walk around or reach the forest or something. And it sounds like I can't do that.
Yep, that first thing has been solely taken care of for you.
I would just.
What would you think about? What complications do you have in mind, or what kind of thoughts would be going through your head? This is the most vivid dream, and it seems almost magic you've ever been through. You're not a magical being. You're the least magical of the group, in fact. Right? So.
Yeah.
What would he be thinking? What's going on with his inner monologue, essentially, as you're in this semi-lucid dream that you haven't been able to leave? It seems peaceful, but it's just out of reach of getting out of.
Yeah, I'd probably be thinking about if we ever make it back to the real world, what I'll do or what it'll look like after this whole thing. Yeah, like try to like predict what the is it the queen? Is it the queen that ruled?
Yeah.
Yeah, what the queen will do because of our interference or our actions. To be ready for that, mostly.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Just being prepared.
Being prepared. What can we do? What's the queen gonna be doing? What are we gonna do? What's the future look like? Is your thought process?
Yeah, pretty much.
Selwyn? What are your
As Silwyn, I would probably enjoying this almost luxurious freedom, as you say. Um, it's just peaceful. Silwyn has never really experienced this kind of peace, in his past. So I think I would almost accept it as it was and just sit in the middle of the field and enjoy the peacefulness, the freedom. I mean, I would like it says something about wishes, and this is like my one true wish is like basically freedom. And so I would sit down and in the peacefulness and the bliss, I wouldn't try to run towards or try to run towards escape. I mean, I don't know what these other two are their big major plan, but this seems very peaceful to Silwyn. He seems like this almost might be as close to him as he might, throughout his many years of struggle. So he's just gonna sit in the middle of the field and hope for freedom.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Hope for freedom. Enjoy the moment. You're feeling at ease with this under the stars, free of chains and shackles. Which you look in the ring is off your finger in this stream.
Now that's a whole different. So yeah, if I look down and I see that there's no ring on my finger, you literally sit down in the middle of this field and just basically meditate and enjoy.
Okay, Elwood.
Yeah. I think that being in this meadow and being in this place but being alone, like being without Osmir, is a little unnerving to her. And I think she finds it a little hard to take it as this peaceful escape. Is it night or day?
The moon is out, like, brightly.
Sure. And kind of as we talked about before with all of these like memories I have of like exploring the night and being out and being with Osmir, this feels very foreign and uncomfortable for her. So I think what she's trying to do is kind of figure out if this is a place that has meaning, if it's a place that exists. Obviously it's some sort of dream state, but is this something that coincides with whatever the real world looks like? So she's going to take some time realizing that she's by herself to just kind of orient herself with the stars and kind of chart her way around and see if she can make sense of where she's at.
Okay, perfect. Roll. I don't know, history, arcana, any science of some sort. I don't know, like, give anything.
Sure. I have no direction as a cantrip, so I always can discern north, and I just kind of always attributed that to orienting myself in the night sky, more or less, or I mean, knowing where the sun rises and sets, but also knowing constellations and being able to navigate in that manner. As like always being able to discern north, like, hey, we know it's early in the day and the sun's over here, so this is, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I've always kind of like laid that cantrip down as like just being like I'm really good at, but
Yeah, so
It's-
the stars
it's
above
always
you, like, go ahead, just roll any kind of knowledge that makes any sort of sense, like on your list there. Just for funsies. No directions
What a
is good.
survival.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good too. I'm for that.
Survival. What's 17 plus 17? 34?
Yeah. Is that what we got?
Okay, it's a 34.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't recognize the sky. It is not your sky.
Like, the constellations don't exist
They're entirely different.
Does it also differ from what we saw in the Fae
Yes.
Wild? Cool. I think that as she's since so much of her is less about accepting what's happening around her and more about like solving the puzzle, as it were, I think she kind of calls out into like the ether and is like, what is this place? Why have you brought me here? And tries to communicate with whatever this and perhaps it's Terethus that's brought us here. It just says that, she was thinking only in dreams can she answer, and she had all these questions. So this must be the time to get some answers. So she's gonna start repeating those questions that she was meditating on as she kind of like shouts into the fields and looks up to the moon and stars.
Okay, cool. So, Tim, you're in this meadow and you're standing there like trying to reach the edge. You keep thinking about stuff. You look down at your feet. You kind of put your hands in your eyes. Like, whoa, you're kind of frustrated. Like this isn't your jam. Like it's stupid forest won't get any closer. I can't get out of here and get home. Or like what the future lies. I can't get anywhere. The future lies before me, and I'm stuck in this endless rut. In this meadow. And the first, like, you blink essentially, and the next thing you're doing, and you're standing, the moon is still shining down upon you, but you're in a dark corner of a dark alley, deep in the city of Sumner. The sounds of the city wash over you like home that you've never knew you missed. The forest with its weird hoots and hauls and calls, like the owl you hear in the distance. Strangely unfamiliar to a city boy like yourself, you hear it yet again here in the city. But the city noise takes over and the owl fades into the background. You hear the clang, you hear the splash of someone dumping a bucket out a window down around the next corner. You hear the sharp hiss of someone's last breath around the corner as they're mugged by somebody who isn't your problem. The city's big, people die. Right? So, you hear things that you've heard your whole life growing up, both good and bad, as the city washes over you. The moon fades away, and you look up towards it. Above you, 8 long, 100-foot-long legs hit the ground, a bulbous form blocking out a half of the moon over the city of Sumner. Fire in the distance, eruptions, something flying in the distance as well. Smoke. People crying, screaming. A fissure of energy on the ground before you, ripping this portal, ripping the city apart as the creature itself knocks down buildings and pulls people up with some sort of beam coming from its stomach. Shane, you're laying there holding your hand up, kicking your feet back and forth, looking at the fact that the ring of your warden is gone. And you're no longer tethered to him, and the moon is shining on you. You're not in a sickly hole for 2 millennia. You know what I mean? You're basking in this glory, and nothing seems to be a problem. But then something just doesn't seem right. The air goes cold. You hear the crackling of something stepping at the edge of the forest, rubbing against the tree, like as if coarse fur brushing against hard bark, and a heavy hoof print in the distance, just out of sight. Sorry, Shane, I can't help but give you a hard time. It says, you walk in shadow but live in flame. I'm curious. From the shadows in the forest. Answer my questions or leave here you will never do. Which future do you fear?
Yes.
Yes.
What do you mean? Which future do I fear? What are my options? I fear any future in which I'm not free.
You hear the scraping on the bark of a tree with the fur again. This time farther to your left, not in front of you. Another bagoosh of what could only be a heavy hoof. You've heard many horses clop. This is similar but bigger than that. Perhaps the largest horse you've ever seen. Or heard, for that matter. Answer my riddle, or I shall devour you and all that is your soul. From the shadows just beside you to the left.
Speak your riddle. I don't know what else to say. Yes.
Behind
speak
you,
your riddle.
behind you now, the coarse fur brushes against the sound of bark rubbing hard against it, as if it's kind of like a purposely banging against and rubbing hard against the bark. Like it's a veritable noise. It definitely resounds across the field from behind you, and you hear it again. It says, "Which future do you fear?" Then to your right now, it's circled around. You hear it moving. It's a couple of clops between the back and the right. Against the bark. A beat for you to speak if you wish.
Nope, I remain silent.
Okay. I'm letting it sink in. The silence. To your right. Against the bark. You look over to the right thinking, once again, like every other time when you've heard the noise, you've seen nothing, but this time, its head sticking out from the trees, giant stag-like antlers coming out its head, and it rotating every 3 seconds, a different face. And you realize they're all of the faces you've ever worn throughout your long, illustrious career as a changeling, each of them flashing before you. After some time goes on, and it says, "Which future do you fear?" You realize your face, the face you've never truly worn for any amount of time, is not among the ones on the face of the creature. Megan, the wind from the north, as you can only seem to ascertain, even though the stars are strange, blows in around you. Shane, I can't. It's like my mind's blown. I don't know what to do.
You ruined him.
I think I broke Shane. He's like, son of a bitch! Yeah, I got a quarter from the jar. It was worth it. The wind blows from what you can only hope is the north, which is in front of you, Megan. It blows in a cool breeze in the night sky off the top of the trees. You smell lavender, and you smell some sort of incense that you can't quite place. You feel the coldness is not biting, but it is relentless. It does not falter. And you hear a whisper among the trees in the air itself. And it says a few things to you. And first of all, let me remind me closely. What was your last question you just asked her?
Why have you brought me here?
Why? Okay. You hear kind of whispered in the wind. You've been brought here. You know, like sort of flowing past and around you. Because you have questions. And I know many secrets.
Would you share some of those secrets with someone who may or may not be worthy, but is doing her best?
Perhaps. Come off in the wind. Perhaps. If you are an initiate, you could cross the Crescent Gate.
I don't know how to ask a being directly. Hold on, let me... I guess what I'm trying to put into words, I don't necessarily, I'm trying to figure out her alignment of whatever, and I know I'm gonna get some sort of cryptic bullshit answer, but I guess what I'm trying to put into words is something along the lines of I understand the night, though it's dark, does not hold any true alignment. But I don't have a good way to ask. Are you evil? Like I don't, it's not that simple,
Yes,
and I
am.
understand that.
I am evil.
I guess I personally here's where I stand as a character. I have to continue to I have to have a neutral alignment, whatever that may be in mechanical terms for Pathfinder. A hunter has any neutral alignment. And I guess that's kind of what I'm feeling out is like, how do you weigh good and evil?
Hang on, I have it. It has to be neutral or better, or
Any neutral alignment.
then you're good.
Okay. I noticed that this is the most childish thing, and Aylwin is so very scared of loneliness, but she kind of goes, you know, I noticed that I'm here alone. Is it because you don't like animals, or like why not Osmir?
You're for one of your questions? Okay.
Well, do I have a certain number of questions? But
mean-
I mean, Eowyn's top concerns are do include Osmir. Is it because Osmir isn't included in
that
this
damn
journey,
trash
or
can
he
now.
just doesn't have a place in this conversation? Her worry is that Osmir's not part of this, and she really wants Osmir to continue to be a part of this.
You're thinking hard and long about Osmir and why he's not here as you're waiting for her answer that never comes. But eventually, as you're about to break down into tears, wondering why this new goddess who you are like on the verge of basically falling and prostrating before, hoping for answers to secrets long lost to you. Then you feel beneath your lower back the soft fur of your giant ass raccoon as he's appeared behind you somewhere.
Elwyn kind of like giggles back tears. You know that moment where you don't know whether you're laughing or crying? Like, you know how stupid something was and you're just like, oh, okay, hi buddy.
He rolls
And
over
she
for
kind
tummy
of
scratches, you know.
yeah, she kneels down and just says thank you. And I guess kind of just waits for guidance. Yeah, I think that she's willing to kind of go down this path for sure.
Okay. So we're back to the city and the Shane in the darkness. In the city, this is all happening for you, Tim. You were wondering about the future, and you're contemplating like I can't go anywhere. This forest has got me trapped. I can't see the way forward, and then forward happened quickly. Possibly a soon future, or is it? What are you thinking here now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering: is this prophecy? Is it possibility? Is this the result of smashing the crystal, like the path I've chosen? I'll probably just wonder that aloud. It's like, what's going on? Is this? Obviously, I know it's not actually happening, or is it? That's the question I'm asking myself. Is this actually happening right now? Is this going to happen? Is it a possibility, or is it?
Ooh, that's deep. Because we don't know when we are.
Yeah,
That's wild.
Lost in time
That's a
currently.
wild thought. Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay. So yeah,
I love that.
I mean, you're like at this point, as you're a guard-like dude, you're probably not just standing in the corner waiting for something to happen. You probably made moves to either stay away from or go towards the creature, or at least get a better view of what's going on in the city. I don't know. But you seem to have been moving of your own accord because you're home, and it's just something that is happening, And as you're moving around and you turn the first, there's one of the corners, a couple corners, after you finally realize you are moving again, as you turn a corner and before you see 6 of the stones, 2 shattered and 4 that remain, all around what appears to be a large globe. On the globe, all 6 stones are located on this giant landmass on the top of the globe. And you can see kind of where the broken ones that you've already done are, and where the other ones are kind of laid out before you. And you can see pulsating light between them. Kind of a continual flow of energy seems to link all the locations together. As you're watching, quickly, the stones quickly, what's the word I'm looking for? The first 2 have already been smashed, and then in quick sequence, the other 4 start to explode. Boom, boom, pow, boom, boom. And all 6
Got that boom boom
in an instance
pow.
are gone.
Sorry.
And the boom, boom, pow has happened. And as that happens, you see all of the energy lines turn to black darkness as if space, and form some sort of arcane symbol, which you, being a non-arcane kind of guy, don't recognize. But then the whole inner space that connects all of the like dots that are the stones together goes void black, and you wake up. Shane, your face is before you in many forms, but your own, flashing on a horned, six-hoofed, walking centaur-like creature. You interest me, mortal fey, changeling. It says to you, it stands near 10 feet tall. It is somewhere between the size of a giant horse and an elephant. It has dark green and gray fur from its right above where its navel would have been if it had been born a man, down its haunches behind. It is long enough to carry 6 people. It has 6 legs, 2 arms, a stag-covered head, a stag horn-covered head, and a changing face. Every face you see is your own. All you feel coming from it is hatred. Answer my riddle, or I will devour you. I'm sorry, Shane. I'm not, but I am, you know.
I'm just gonna stay silent again. I'm waiting for a riddle. I don't know what to say. I honestly, what it wants me to answer, like I haven't, like I don't know. I'm just gonna stay silent again, I guess.
Frozen in fear.
He's like, yeah, I love it.
Basically, yeah, I was in peace 1 second ago,
Oh my lord.
being asked about a riddle, and I'm just gonna stay silent. I'm gonna say I just say I've asked what the riddle was already, and they never. It's gonna remain silent.
Okay. It's moved from the outer edge of the forest now. It's taken 2 steps and it's halfway to you, and it was about 60 feet. Megan, Elwyn, and Osmir are standing now with the wind blowing cool but persistent around you. You think back and you remember the passages and the opening phrase in the book you just read.
Elwyn's going to take a knee in the moonlight, and recite the initiate's vow from the first part of the book.
Oh, what was that?
She takes a knee and kind of bends her head and says, "Bend the knee to shadow, not in fear, but in faith. For the moon holds no truth, only passage." And as she finishes, she kind of looks up at the moon, contemplating where she's headed, and accepts this as her path. Sees this as kind of feeling right. Tell me what the sky looks like, because any of the passages in the book kind of referred specifically, like the first one was talking about like a third, a crescent rising like in the third sky or something, and I've never seen such a thing.
In the wind, you hear, wind, the time has been restored and the gods are freed. All 3 moons will shine again in the sky.
Three moons. Can you imagine what the tides are like?
And as she says that, a moonlit, glowing, floating staircase appears before you, leading out of the garden up towards the moon itself.
Oh, she gives a little and hop to it and leads Osmir up the stairs.
Okay, you guys bound up there, and as you reach the moon, you wake up. But you wake up in a different meadow, and you see before you Sylvan facing off with a nightmare of a creature. You see,
Whoa!
in your hand,
I'm in his dream now?
in a hand is a mirror. Etched with the lines of the goddess's moon.
I shout. Oh, in the hand. Whose hand?
Yours. You sense in your head.
Oh, he's asking him which future do you fear? I run out to him with the mirror outstretched at the beast and just say, which future do you fear?
The moon hits the mirror reflection off of the mirror and blasts into the creature. As it hits the creature, its body sheds away and leaves only a standing wax mannequin that looks exactly like Selwyn's true form.
Get it, Elwyn! Yeah!
And you both wake up around the campfire. Next to Eldrick.
I was honestly scared there for a second. A little bit.
You're lucky she joined the faith, is all I have to say. Because you were close to being dead, and I don't know if you even had a mirror on you, to be honest.
I didn't.
But you were gifted a mirror of the moon goddess, so you put that in your inventory. That is still on you.
Oh, I wake up with a mirror in my hand?
Yes, and it's got a crescent, like the phases of the moon around it, in etched silver.
I got my orb.
There are actually there's 3 moons around it though, so it's this different pattern than you'd have ever seen, because it is the true moon goddess's item. But that's about where I'm at with it for tonight, guys. We can talk a little bit more about what your future plans are. You've got another day of rest and some more reading and stuff to do, but that is about where I wanted to get.
I don't know how much stuff we have left to repair, but I have plenty. I mean, if we're definitely getting a second rest in, I've got enough. Can you long rest us?
Yeah.
I've got enough mythic power to mend pretty much everything left that's important.
And also, I would like to switch over spells and switch over to Companion Mind Link. That way, I can use my mind with Veil in order to. That way, he doesn't have to. Way I can gain any kind of knowledge he does, because it's basically. As long as I am within line of sight of my animal companion, I telepathically communicate with it as if the two shared a language. So it can communicate to me and basically in any way. So I share its knowledge.
Rude, but okay.
Sorry, I was trying to find a way to understand him.
Yeah. He's hard to understand.
Without using tongue or whatever, and I was like, that's the best thing I could find was a mind link. I mean, if he can speak it, then I can understand.
No, you need that. That's good. You guys all will level up.
Oh,
I believe, right? What level are you? 6 or 7?
7.
So 8. Yeah, that's good. That's what we need.
We need to be level 8 so you can give us another
Mythic tier after you smash this
tier.
time. Yep.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother! I like to get through it too. I know it's a long game every week, and it's a long game over time.
That's an ability score improvement. Hell yes. Let's go.
Yeah, Eldrick's
Love
gonna
it.
go ahead and recreate the map that he saw in the dream, and like make a note of where all the stones were.
Love that.
Okay. And then too,
And
like,
also kind of
this, the last 20 minutes, I mean, discuss dreams. I know if you guys want to, or have some inner character dialogue, or so, or Vale will definitely be like, "What a strange dream, interesting." And this, and
I'm
then
sure we want to hear about it too.
Wisp will be like, "I actually had a fantastic dream. I haven't seen a place like that in forever. I miss it."
Second.
Ooh,
That's crazy that Vale had his own dream.
So did Wisp.
Vale is
Oh well, I would expect Wisp to have his own dream, but
more than a companion.
yeah, no, Vale is not just an animal companion. I do get that. That's wild.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
I love how much you love it. It makes
Who loves it?
she does.
Oh.
She loves it so much, and I can tell.
Yeah. She's killer. She killed for it. She never wants anything to happen to Vale.
Ooh. I get to use, every time I use an animal focus, I get to use 2 at the same time now. So if I take like the swimming one, I could also take one that increases my dex or like athletics or whatever that skill is based on. I think it's probably strength. Yeah, so I could increase my strength and take the swimming feat so that not only would I get the +4 to swim, I would also get the extra strength bonus, and it only uses 1 of my points. How cool is that?
It is cool.
How did you find that out? Like, is that like just something that just popped up, or what do you?
No,
read
it's
about?
my hunter ability. I have like these animal foci. Yes, that's the right way to say that.
Focus eye.
Foci.
Focalides.
I have this skill called animal focus. It allows me to take on these aspects of different types of animals.
That's one of my spells that I can take on too.
Oh, it's not a spell. It's just a skill that I have. Like I get 8 minutes of it per day, and I get like, if I take the bowl focus, I get a +2 to my strength for a minute. But now, for every point that I use, I get 2 skills at the same time. So I can take I can take like frog at the same time as I take bull. So I just look like this bullfrog. And we'd get like a +5 to swim in addition. So, do you like that? I didn't plan that. It just really worked out.
Giant leaping bull with horns. A giant cow with horns. It just jumps around like.
I see it as like, especially now that I'm part of this new, it's not a cult because she's not alive. So this new religion that I've found and I'm bringing back to life, I kind of see it as like a starlight moonbeamed overlay on top of like, I don't have webbed feet, but I've got these like glittering, almost like iridescent moonbeam webbed feet like over mine. Kind of just
like pantyhose.
A magical like a magical just overlay illusion, a mirage on top of my real true self. +1. Is that what the ability score improvement is? Is just a +1 to something?
Yes.
Ooh.
Are you guys stoked to be level 8?
Mm-hmm.
I get another like level 4 and level 3 spell, so yeah.
You know, I thought that was a fun, interesting session, honestly. It was fun.
Yeah, I like more dumps. About to take these hit points.
That like left me
Take
in
this promise
left
with
me in
me.
a wholly different mind space, dude. That was
You were worried, huh?
well. It was just. Yeah, it wasn't really worried. It was like really intriguing. I liked it. The setup was nice. Good DMing.
First time for me. I get it, you guys. I dropped the ball. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you did a good job.
I'm
man.
kidding.
I
I'm kidding. I thought it went fine. We had a nice little crowd in there tonight too for a lot of it. TikTok was busy.
Ooh, love
Nice.
that.
Yeah, for the vast majority of it.
That's cool.
My voice is like hurting now. I got appointments came out. You get
Yeah,
three
I can
tomorrow,
tell that
Shane?
you're sick.
I only got 2. I got a 10 and a 6, and they're both pretty close.
Hey,
One's a PC from 2022, so that should be a quick sell.
cool.
Yeah. That's how I started off my last month, was like 2 PC.
Yeah, I love it.
But
Does
What
it?
was it,
got-
94?
I got quite a few in the works. I almost got like 100. Just gotta hit those back up.
Yeah.
I gotta hit 200 because my birthday, like we'll get our bonus on my birthday. It's July 18th, so I have like my wife's got this huge thing planned. We're gonna Chicago and we're gonna go to the East Blue, which is like a sushi restaurant,
Sounds like
themed
something
on
in
One Piece.
Monkey D. Luffy.
Yeah, it's a One Piece themed sushi, all you can eat sushi
Oh,
restaurant.
okay, it is. Okay, I was not wrong.
Yeah. And then we have a little thing going on, but yeah, we're gonna have a little party. You'll probably be invited, so be expecting a little invite in the mail.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
No, I probably will, but you don't have to come.
Yeah, I just probably won't. I just not to be rude. I mean, I would. I just won't drive that far.
Oh, I'm still gonna throw you an invite just because I want you to feel bad when you
Because
can't
that's a
come.
polite thing to do. I love hearing that from somebody.
Exactly.
You don't invite people because you know they can come. You invite them to include them. It's their choice whether they come.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Me and Megan will be there.
So refreshing, Shane. I love that.
I don't have Megan's Facebook,
You
or I would invite her, and
Oh,
we can be
I invite
friends. I don't have a problem with
After
that.
all the talking this up, I would
Um,
like you to make sure I get a paper copy. I'm not accepting.
I don't do
Facebook
paper
invites.
copies.
I'm not accepting a Facebook invite.
This will be my first actually official birthday party ever.
Oh yeah.
I've never had a birthday party ever.
I'm definitely not coming. I don't want to be a part of that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well,
Like, just ruin it.
I'll be 44, and 4 is my lucky number.
Oh, cool.
Birthday, and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be the one.
440.
407 years ago.
You guys
My
remember? Did
son
you
was
have that
born
commercial
on
too?
4/4.
What?
That's great. Did you have that commercial up in South Bend, the 444-4444 commercial? It was like the
A lot of fours.
it was like how to call for the local weather forecast.
Oh.
It was like the Indy Stars
Yeah.
thing or something. So it probably didn't because it was probably an Indianapolis thing. But if you wanted to know the weather or local updates, you got on your landline phone, you picked up the receiver, and you dialed 444-4444. And it told you all kinds of stuff. The weather was obviously the most important thing because I couldn't just get on the not existent internet and get the weather forecast.
Right.
Because if you're still live on TikTok, there was a time that existed before the internet. And that sucks to think about, but we lived through it.
We made it. Barely, but we did.
We are millennials. Well, I am a millennial. I don't know if you qualify.
I'm a Zennial.
Yeah, you're elder.
I'm a Zennial.
No, I'm an elder millennial.
Hey.
Generation
Hey.
X.
So fucking old.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, put another coin in the jar.
Yeah, dang it. Just join it, sir.
I think I owe you $8 now.
Yeah, I should make it come out of your guys' pockets. coin jar would be
I was
full.
making a joke because I fill you 7 for the. Oh, I get a second attack at 8th level. Let's go.
Oh, none of those
Oh, I just
apply.
saw that.
No, we don't get any of those.
Let's go.
Yeah, you need two arrows, just to keep up with your rabid cat.
Bro, I already have a rapid fire feat. I have a rapid shot, so I can take an extra attack at my highest bonus if I take. So I could make 3 attacks in the same round now, but all of my attacks take a -2 to the like max bonus, whatever.
Okay.
So I get 2 at my highest bonus -2, and then 1 at my lower bonus, but it's also -2.
Math.
So freaking cool! So excited, just amped. Let's get this edited right here. Per attack bonus. So I take the +6. I don't actually know how this works now. Yeah, 2 attacks.
I didn't realize this, but I have bonus languages, which is a so I can learn Sylvan. I already know Sylvan.
Yeah, as a druid, you know Sylvan.
Why isn't that on my list? And I know Druidic as well, as long as common.
Mm-hmm.
That's not on my list.
Let's go. So excited about this.
Didn't you say the books were written in Sylvan?
No, Elven.
Elven, okay.
Basic attack bonus.
8 minutes will
be.
power the stream down for the D&D stream, but yeah, man, I think that was a decent game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Everybody in the chat, We got 89,000 likes today so far, just chilling.
Let's go.
Pretty good. Only 107 is the most I ever had. 110 is the next goal. So we'll see if we get there. We gotta get some more people. I'm gonna play Fortnite for an hour or so after this. But then that's it. We'll see if we get there. We're close as we've been. We've been over 60 a few times.
Is it Twitch or Twitter or what is that?
TikTok.
TikTok, okay. I'll get on TikTok, throw a few likes.
Hey.
Ew, we still using Twitter? I thought we weren't using Twitter anymore.
I don't use Twitter at all.
No, I don't either.
Never really got into it. I have it, but I don't
Me
really.
neither. I tried for a minute, and I think I finally deactivated my account.
Oh wow.
I got Blue Sky.
I have that too. I haven't opened it in a while.
I don't say anything bad about Elon Musk, but Twitter's stupid.
I mean, he was wearing a black eye in the Oval Office this week, so somebody's saying something about him.
To punch him. That's what he said. He asked his son to punch him in the face.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care how you got it. It's probably weird.
It's definitely weird. Not probably. It's definitely weird. He was so hyped up on drugs.
90K.
Like he was on like you could just see it in his.
Yeah, he's always lit up.
Dude, he was zooted out of his mind. I bet he asked his son to punch him in his face. He probably got all up it. Punch me!
Okay, so what else do you guys have as far as the Pathfinder game goes? I know you're doing leveling, but besides leveling, do you guys have anything you want to share with each other internally after your dreams? Any answers or questions, philosophical debates? Things you want to do in the next day that I should be thinking about for next week?
I thank her for helping me out. I'm going to ask her if she was there. Was that really you? And I'm going to say thank you because I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, so I was in a place that was pretty similar to the place that I showed up that you were in, and had a nice little chat with what I believe and hope to be Terathis, since I guess I pledged myself to her, so I really hope it was her. But then, a path showed up like the book said it would. And then suddenly there's a mirror in my hand, and that was another thing from the book. So it's a good thing we did lots of reading tonight, because apparently reading saved your life. Less than mine. I wasn't necessarily in danger, but I guess I have to say you're welcome. I don't know why I put the rest of that in there. Sorry. It's weird.
Biggest power is.
I'm definitely going to review my entire dream with them, and the couple questions I have are: it seems like basically it's like a prophecy or some sort of possible future, like that these gigantic monsters could attack Sumner if we don't destroy all the stones. But I also don't really understand the void. It seems like the last part of the dream was like, if we do destroy all the stones, then this void thing or energy is going to replace the energy of the stones. So I don't know what that means, and if that's an outcome that we would prefer. It doesn't, obviously we don't want the giant monsters.
Or should we not destroy the stones?
Right. You're like, do we continue with our current course, or maybe think about something else? It seems like destroying the stones is the most straightforward way to go.
Look at Elwyn and be like, was there anything in your books about this? You're the one that did all the reading.
Well, I didn't read all of the books. I read what I could.
You got one more night. You better read all.
There's one more book left.
I'll read the next one. I don't care. I have a companion thing and everything else.
Yeah, well, good job, guys. Glad you got to level 8. Glad we figured all that out. There's obviously different ways to go about this moving forward, but there's also, obviously you guys are gonna go down that next thing. I just have another day of rest to get through, which probably will take an hour next game, which we're not playing next week. Let's just not play. Next week we'll play the following. Because Megan, you need to start later.
We can play an hour late.
No, I'm gonna one off. It'll be my first day back, I think, at the restaurant. So I'm gonna just take it off.
Okay.
So we'll be back in 2 weeks for more D&D. And I'll see everybody then. I hope everybody has a great night off of TikTok. I'm not getting off of TikTok. I'm just going to go switch everything over to Fortnite for a bit. But I do need to take a quick break between now and then. So I'm going to have you guys, I'll go to Fortnite and put it on hold for a second.